Hey guys, Marie here from Just Live Your Thoughts and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my experience on going back to the Philippines for the very first time after living in Italy for about a year. I haven't actually talked about this yet. If you guys have been following me, you guys would have known that me and Marco went to the Philippines. We went back home last year, November, if I can remember well. Yeah, last year, November, and we stayed there for only 2 weeks. So guys, here I am about to talk my journey on how it was and how was my experience going back to the Philippines. What were the things that I need to do, if there were papers that I needed to show, and also on coming back, how was it different when I first came to Italy. But before we get started, if you guys are new to my channel, hi, my name is Maria and I am a Filipina currently living here in Italy with my Italian husband, and we do travel vlogs, informational vlogs, and of course lifestyle vlogs. So if you want to support us, you can go ahead and click on that subscribe button, and also don't forget to click on that notification bell just so that you are notified once we upload a video. Start off, of course, with our travel from Italy to the Philippines. Our airline was Qatar Airline, if I can remember well. So from Rome, guys, it was pretty smooth. I mean, going to the Philippines, it's always smooth, I believe, because I'm a Filipina. It's always, I guess, the coming back to Italy which had more questions and more things to do because, of course, you are going to a European country and you're getting out of your country. So what I noticed in Rome, guys, at the international airport when they were checking my passport and all, they told me was the next time I fly out of the country, I can just fall in line at the EU passport holder because I'm married to an EU citizen. And I think that's about it in Rome. In Qatar, it was pretty easy as well. You just show them your passport. I always had 3 things in hand, which was my passport, my permesso di soggiorno, and also my carta di identità. So now when we arrived in the Philippines, I'm just gonna start off with Marco's experience as a foreigner being married to a Filipina. So we actually went separate ways. When we went through immigration, I went on a different line to the Philippine passport holder and he went to the non-Philippine passport holder. If I can remember, that's how the line went, right? Yeah. So after going through the immigration, Marco told me that the guy told them at the immigration that I can actually fall in line with him. The reason why I didn't fall in line with him was these immigration officers at the airport were like telling, okay, all the Filipinos over there, all the non-Filipinos over here, and they were kind of like strict on how the line went, so that's why I went separate line with him. But when Marco talked to the immigration officer, they said that you don't actually have to go separate ways because you're married, so you can just stay in this line and you just show your marriage certificate. And the immigration told him that they don't need to stamp your visa for 30 days. It's actually valid for a year. So I guess that's the only difference. So when you're a tourist coming to the Philippines, you have a visa good for 30 days and then you would have to renew it if you wanted to stay longer. But now that you're married to a Filipina, you have a 1-year visa. So that is difference number 1. When Marco came for the very first time, of course, he had a 30-day visa given to him. But now since we are coming back as a married couple, he was given a 1-year visa. He was given a 1-year visa even if, you know, we only stay there for 2 weeks. Then let me fast forward, guys. So coming back was a little different, I guess, than when I first went to Italy for the very first time. The story I'm about to tell you is just based on my experience. I'm no expert in this. I don't know what the real process is. I don't know what is right and what is wrong, but I'm gonna just tell you guys my experience with the tax station. So before going back, I actually researched and I read somewhere that I don't need to pay the tax fee if you haven't gone back to the Philippines for like a year. I kind of thought, I'm gonna give it a try and let's see if I will be exempted from the tax fee. So the first thing that they asked me at the tax station, the tax booth, was which country I was going to. So I told them Italy, and then the next thing they asked is, of course, if I had a permesso di soggiorno or my carta di identità, which I did. So it was the same, you know, going to Italy for the very first time, I had to pay for the tax fee, which was around 1,650 if I'm not mistaken. So I actually had the money in hand, but I wanted to test them and see if I needed to pay for the tax fee or not. So what I told them was, do I have to pay the tax fee because I didn't go home to the Philippines for a year? And they said, yes, ma'am, you have to pay for the tax fee. And I said, are you sure? Because I know I don't have to pay for the tax fee. I didn't go home for a year. And they kind of like, okay, maybe she knows what she's talking about. So I don't really know what the process is when it comes to this tax fee thing. I was confident enough and I was pretty stubborn that I know what I'm doing. I don't want to pay this tax fee. And the reason for that is, come on guys, like I only stayed in the Philippines for like 2 weeks. Like why would I pay the tax fee when I only stayed here for 2 weeks? So then what I noticed is then she spoke to her supervisor, I think, because she needed a slip of paper to be signed by her supervisor. And she said that the next time that you enter the Philippines, just have this form signed and something like that. I didn't understand what she was trying to tell me. Like she said something like I needed to sign a form when I came to the Philippines so that I would be exempted from the tax fee. So now it really confused me as to why I was exempted from the tax fee. Like I don't know if I was exempted from it because I didn't go home for a year or because I only stayed in the Philippines for 2 weeks. But guys, like I said, I am no expert in this. I have no idea what the real process is. I think the process changes from time to time. It depends on what you say. It depends on your, stubbornness like me. But yeah, I was exempted from the tax fee. So at the immigration, guys, it went pretty smooth. I always had 3 things in hand, which was my passport, my permesso de soggiorno, and also my carta de identità. So they didn't really ask anything at the immigration. I think that when you have your permesso de soggiorno, it's pretty smooth. Like they know that you're a resident there, and of course, as long as it's not expired. Now guys, someone asked me on YouTube and commented on one of my videos if I went back to Italy using my Schengen visa or my permesso di soggiorno or my PDS. And to answer that question, first off, my Schengen visa has already expired. It expired like 3 months when I was in Italy for the very first time. My first 3 months here, it had already expired. So to answer your question, I went back to Italy using my PDS or my permesso di soggiorno. That is why, guys, for people like me or for people who are in the same situation as me, once you get to Italy or once you get to the Schengen country, you really have to apply your permesso di soggiorno right away because it serves as your resident card. And of course, your Schengen visa would expire. Now, what if, let's say, your Schengen visa has expired and you didn't apply for your permesso di soggiorno and your carta de identità? Now, I think that, of course, you can always enter the Philippines. I mean, it's your country, you're a Filipino citizen, so I don't think that would be a problem. I think the problem would be going back to Italy if you wanted to go back to Italy. Like you would need to, apply for another Schengen visa. There would be a lot of questions asked by the immigration as to why your Schengen visa has expired, why you're coming back to the Philippines with an expired visa, why you don't have a residency card there. So of course, you want to prevent that from happening. So the best thing to do is, of course, apply the residency card right away so that you can go in and out of the country anytime you want. And that pretty sums up our video for today, guys. It's pretty smooth as long as you know you have the right documents in hand. 4 things I had in my hand always was my permesso di soggiorno, my carta de identità, my passport, and also I had my marriage certificate in hand. So if you guys have any questions, if there wasn't anything clear on this, please let me know. You can message me on my Facebook page or also comment on this video. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. So that's it for our video, guys, and it's been a great video once again. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you want to keep up with my upcoming videos and vlogs, you can go ahead and click on that subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell just so that you are notified once I upload a video. That's it for me, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.